Welcome to Ask Mrs. Claus. Today we're going to answer the question of how Santa can get to all the homes in all the world in one night. And I'm going to tell you the truth about it. When Santa and Mrs. Claus started their business of Christmas gifts, it was easy because we only had a small part of the world that we were able to help and to give gifts to children. But soon word got around and we started going out to other villages. And that was okay, even though it was really hard. Santa still did it. But as the years went by and more people heard about this good man who wanted to spread cheer and joy, Santa found it harder and harder to do the job. I mean, he was making toys all year round. He was making lists. He was checking it twice. He had to read all the letters to find out what the girls and boys wanted and make sure the inventory was right. And Santa one year almost missed a house. He was distraught. Fortunately, he got there in time, right before they woke up. But he was very sad that that almost happened. So he decided he needed to get some help. Now along came Elva and Elvis. Now they were two elves that had been cast out because they were different, but they had a very special talent. And that's what Santa saw, and he knew that he needed them. So he hired them at the North Pole to help him make the toys. He figured if he wasn't using all the time making toys, he could use that time to check his list. And he could also go out and check on boys and girls to find out if they were naughty or nice. He could come up with designs and the elves would make them, and then he could deliver them. And so that worked out really well for the first decade or two. But then more and more people found out about Santa. He had to get a quicker mode of transportation, and that's when he got the reindeer. So he was able to go a little faster, but the work was still overwhelming. Well, Elva and Elvis got married and they started having little elves. And family members came to wish them good luck with their new additions. And they saw the wonderful place known as the North Pole. So they stayed. Santa hired them all. So they were packing the sleigh now and feeding the reindeers and making the toys, and Santa could still get out and check on the good girls and boys of the world. Well, this went on for centuries and things were going okay. But then the world started populating. There got to be billions of people, and Santa knew he was never going to be able to take care of them all. So he decided he was going to have to hire some other people. So in every town and every village and every city in the world, he went around and found people of a good heart and a good nature, a lot of men just like him. And he hired them to be a Santa Claus during the holidays. So they get to talk to the girls and boys, and every night they send their report in to Santa. So Santa now didn't have to go out and see the girls and boys all the time, just some of the time. And that worked again for several decades. But then the world kept populating. But so did the elves. And soon you knew we had an entire city of elves working on Christmas year round. And soon there wasn't enough work for all the elves. And they were getting grumpy. Even Elvis and Elva were grumbling at each other. So Santa had another idea. In all those villages and all those cities where he had those Santas and all the people that wanted to be good, he sent out the elves to all of them. So he went out, and now Santa could focus again on the North Pole. And instead of going all the world around to these millions and billions of homes, he sent out the gifts ahead of time to his trustworthy elves. And on Christmas Eve, those elves in all those villages and all those cities delivered the packages for Santa. Now Santa still oversees it, And he still makes sure that everybody gets their gifts, even though sometimes it's a little off and we have to fix it the next year. But it works out now. And there are elves everywhere. These are good people who want to help Santa spread the cheer. And